Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing great. I hope everyone had a chance to kind of relax over the holidays. So I was thinking there must be a way to increase like the yield max yields like in total. So for example, I think it's great that there's like things like Coney, Square and Tesla that they offer pretty good yields, but they're not like consistent month to month. So I was thinking there's got to be a way to maybe if there's a way to kind of use like the all the YieldMax products in some kind of way to maybe like rotate them somehow. I'm thinking maybe Thinkorswim has like some tools that might like help us because I feel like we're leaving some money on the table still. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think um, with the YieldMax, like just like the suite of like ETFs that we have so far are great. But I'm thinking there's got to be a way to kind of optimize things. So for those of you that are not familiar, this is just what part of like the Thinkorswim uh, uh, tools look like. And I think like one cool tool is that if you ever want to sync up your like your watch list to like your charts or other tools, there's a thing in like a in some of the corners where you can color code things and you can kind of link things up. Like for example, this is part of like the watch list like I set up for myself called Yield Max Earn. And then I linked it to like a section called like the earnings, I guess like the section underneath like the analyze tab. And this way I can kind of go through like a whole bunch of like tickers at the same time where I can like match up like I want to see like the Apple like earnings and like some of the like the past quarters and just kind of go through and see if there's anything that sticks out or if anything that might be like helpful in sharing with you guys. So this is what like the whole screen looks like. So again, under the Analyze tab, under the earnings section, it shows like a few things. So it shows you kind of like a small chart snapshot like for each of the quarters, and also like the kind of like the volatility. So it shows you both like the implied volatility and the historical volatility, the at the money straddle, and then the earnings per share. So like, for example, for AMD, like right now, as of this recording, the earnings weren't. I mean, the volatility, if you notice, like it started to kind of like sink down. So ideally, you want to see like the implied volatility be above historical volatility. And then like same thing, you'll see like the straddle. So basically that's like the at the money put in the at the money call. Uh, it's starting to kind of it trended down and now it's starting to pick back up a little bit. Um, so I just wanted to show you kind of like the like what each of these like could potentially mean. So the implied volatility is just like the market guess of the future of how big the movements are for like the stock. And then the historical realized volatility is what actually happened. So over time, like you kind of want to see, at least for like the like if you're invested in like a certain yield max ETF, ideally you want to see like the implied volatility be above historical volatility, uh, because that shows you like there's probably more action coming into like the options, and then since like the yield max funds like we're trying to sell take advantage of like higher call premiums so we can uh, sell sell them and get more juicy premiums. So this is where I think this could be helpful. And I'm trying to finalize like how to present it so that it's not like there's going to be a lot more yield max ETFs coming out, and I want to show them in like a more like succinct way because if I show you this like for every one, it's going to be kind of boring. It's going to be like time consuming. So I'm trying to see if maybe I can like cherry pick like which ones that we can look at. So just to save everybody some time. Um, and then like the at the money straddle is just like another measure of volatility. So same thing with like ideally when we want to see implied volatility head up. And then like the at the money straddle is kind of like one way to kind of see like the action within like the options chains. So like it started off kind of bad, so it was trending down, but then like it started to pick back up. So ideally, we kind of want to be in like the sweet spot where it's like it's on the down move, but then like it's starting to pick up. So ideally, like one of the things, like what's helpful for like the this analyze tab on the earnings section, it shows you like what the upcoming like earnings date is. So I would expect to see like over maybe like the next maybe week or two at the time of this recording that this either that the money strat will rise up, and then also the implied volatility will also head up above historical volatility. um, and that could be one way where we can kind of rotate in and out of like certain yield max funds, because since we know like what the earnings dates will be, maybe there's a way to kind of like buy them like before like the earnings date happens, so that and then also line up the like the yield max like the covered calls to kind of get in like at the right time to kind of take advantage of like the distribution payout. And then if it continues to like perform well, then we can keep it. But if it starts like the volatility starts sagging down, maybe we can swap in to like something else. And then also like what's also ideal is that if like the earnings per share also lines up, and then also if like the actual earnings per share beats like the Wall Street estimates, that would be like the ideal scenario. So again, like in like AMD's example, so far they've been beating Wall Street expectations, but it's like the kind of like the slope of like the the earnings per share like back way back when in like November of last year wasn't great, but it's starting to like pick back up. So this could be like one of the things that we can use as a factor to identify if we want to like stay in AMD or not. So you always want to see like a kind of like a up move and basically like all the items that we've seen. Like ideally, we like to see like price action confirm everything that, oh well the market must know something, so maybe this is like a good way to play like the yield max ETFs. And then obviously over here there's a bit of a conflict because like the market looks like it's picking up, but then like the implied volatility is kind of not confirming over here. But at the money straddle, it looks like it's trying to confirm. And then same thing with the earnings. It looks like there should be some positive news, but maybe there's like some hesitancy there. So it could be like just just another tool that we can use. But of course, like whenever you're doing these type of analyses, you still have to keep an eye on the position size so that you don't want any one mistake to crater your portfolio. And just like some fun facts that I found out while researching this. I think some of you might already know this already, but it's just helpful for like new folks. So Jay Presticelli, he's like the CEO of Zeta Financial, which does like the advisory for like the YieldMax and Defiance funds. He worked for TD Ameritrade from 1999 to 2010. And then TD Ameritrade, they bought Thinkorswim in January 2009. And then after that, like Schwab bought TD Ameritrade in 2020. And it's only recently where Schwab started to onboard like the legacy TD Ameritrade customers. So it took like 3 years just to kind of get everybody on board. And even now, I think there's still some stragglers that haven't fully migrated yet. But I wanted to let you guys know that this platform has been around for over 20 years now. It's still pretty robust. And it's just like tools like this. I think it's helpful for both traders and investors in general. Um, so yeah, so I think this could be helpful in the future because I think maybe this could be a good maybe like a recurring video like every month just to kind of review where like the yield max funds stand in addition to like my kind of like the tier list. I think this could be like a good complement to that video. So I think like the Thinkorswim platform is very helpful in streamlining analysis. I think there might be a way to cherry pick like which one would be like the better yield max funds for for like maybe month to month. So keep our fingers crossed. Like maybe I'll think of something to present to you guys. Of course, there's no guarantees. Uh, the option strike selection might stink for the covered calls. Maybe they're like, for example, YieldMax is not perfect. Maybe they'll pick um, like the wrong strike for that particular month, and then it might um, it might like the price actually might go past the strike, and then we kind of like maybe leave some money on the table. Or the opposite could happen too, like where implied volatility could collapse, resulting in less premium collected. So anyway, this is not gambling advice. I'm sure you can lose money on your own. You don't need me to help with that. Um, but anyway, I'm just kidding. Like I hope all my subscribers make good money out there. If you like this type of content and would like me to kind of brainstorm some more ideas that are similar that I can bring to you guys on a recurring basis, let me know. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Because as you know, bamboo inflation is out of control. So any support is appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.